My name is Raekwon Hope Evans. I'm a psychology major at Brevard College, and I want to talk with you guys today about mentoring. I worked at the Boys and Girls Club for 3 years, and I have experience with kids for 5. I do a lot of volunteering around the community. I work with camps, and I have sisters that I have raised. I believe in the kid's life, mentoring is very important. It could change some kid's life. I actually had a mentor when I was younger, and I think he made a big difference in my life. All right, we're going to start with what is a good mentor and how do they impact kids' life? Those are the questions I asked myself when I started researching on mentoring kids. I wanted to clarify what a mentor was and the impact of a mentor. A lot of people think that mentoring is just watching a kid or simply talking to them and giving advice. The definition of mentor I got from the Merriam-Webster dictionary is a trusted counselor or guide. In my opinion, mentor reaches further and deeper than that definition described. Throughout, I will talk about mentoring and how great my mentor was to me. All right, now I will move on and explain what makes a great mentor and the things they could be faced with every day. Good mentors do not take their roles lightly. They feel invested in the success of a mentee. I was blessed to have a great role as a mentor for the past 3 years at the Boys and Girls Club in Brevard, North Carolina. Once you become a mentor, your mentee watches your every move, soak up everything you do and say. It's important to practice great leadership skills every day in every situation so they can follow you by example. Leading by example is important because a lot of kids that are labeled disruptive kids or bad kids don't know how to deal with their emotions. It's up to you as a mentor to show them how to deal with their emotions in real life situations. Most of the time, they don't know how to deal with their emotions they are feeling. As a mentor, I personally showed them how to take a step back and figure out what's the best way to deal with the emotions they're feeling. My mentor had plenty of times where it was evident that he was upset, and still he had to mentor me every day. I remember him explaining his emotions to me. I love how calm he was. I try to follow by example he set in place. When I used to get stressed out, I used to go back and think about how calm he was in stressful situations, and I used it as like a role model. I take role modeling and mentoring seriously because without my mentor, I don't think I would be where I am in this moment in life. I have a lot of kids looking up to me every day. No matter the mood I am in, I have to be a role model for them. That's one of the things I admire about my mentor. He has always been a good role model for me. I felt like I had a look at what a great person and mentor looks like. He is very goal-oriented, a trait I always took from him. Remember to write down goals for myself so I can challenge myself and reach positive development, another trait my mentor instilled in me. Research says it's good for mentors to make goals with their mentees. As a mentor, you should guide your mentee to create reachable and attainable goals. Research says if you let the mentee create their own goals, they will work harder to achieve the goals because they will feel like it's something they work hard to achieve. They also will feel like they created something themselves without an adult. This is a great motivation system and a step towards positive development. A powerful motivation system is important in positive development research. This is because people become intrinsically motivated by challenging tasks. They become personal engaged. As a mentor, you have to understand that positive development is the key goal, even though there will be obstacles in your mentee's way. Most mentees that are put in mentoring programs come from poverty, disruptive parenting, low quality schools, and dangerous neighborhoods. Parents are seeking additional help for these kids to overcome the obstacles they go through, looking for mentoring programs to turn them to the right path. Mentees do not perceive their ownership over their current situation. Motivation could be lacked and disrupted, forming an obstacle that could hinder personal growth. Sometimes you and your mentee motivation will be tested. As a mentor, you have to understand that your mentee can be going through a lot of different emotions, which eventually can be their reality. As a mentor, you have to be the main person in mentee's life that will understand when they want to stop or give up. You have to guide your mentee to stay on the right path to positive growth, helping them to achieve their goals. As a mentor, what research says, you have to know when to set firm boundaries and when to be flexible. Another factor of being an impactful mentor is safe mentoring. As a mentor, you should be someone that feels safe with talking with your mentor about anything. When I was younger, it was always helpful that my mentor listened to me about my problems and gave me helpful advice. He always took extra time to guide me to answers to my problem instead of simply telling me the right answer. This is important to me because I have learned kids are not comfortable with telling their parents everything. Kids sometimes hold on to important information because they feel like they don't have anyone to talk to. Research says you should allow time for you and your mentee's relationship to develop. Great mentee-mentor relationships don't happen overnight. When I first started meeting with my mentee, I would become stressed because I felt like he didn't want to talk or open up to me, and I didn't understand why. I started asking myself questions like, does the kid like me? Does the kid hate me? After a few visits, I felt defeated. I began to do some research on how I can help build a relationship between myself and my mentee. The research stated that I should become consistent in asking little things like, how was your day and how was school? What was your favorite thing that happened today? I took the advice from the research. I began to ask my mentee questions every time we met. I started out playing board games with him while asking him questions so he would not feel pressured to answer, and the questions wouldn't seem forced. I wanted to build a solid foundation and rapport with my mentee. Eventually, my mentee started opening up, and we had a great relationship. Coaches are huge mentors and play a vital role in impacting young people, helping them build their character. I was blessed with the opportunity to coach at the Boys and Girls Club. Being able to coach was an incredible opportunity that gave me chances to share my talents and abilities in the sports avenue that I loved and cherished. Flag football was an amazing way for me to mentor the kids at the club and build their character while playing their sport. I'm following in the footsteps of my mentor, who was able to build and show me the discipline and the maturity through our shared connection of love of sports. Research says 81% of mentees are more likely to participate regularly in sports or extra activities than those who do not have a mentor. Sports became a common ground for my mentee and me. I was able to listen to them, instill in them the love for the game. Flag football and coaching played a huge part in my internship. I was able to take 35 kids to Orlando National Flag Football Championship. Some of the kids stated that the trip was the best trip of their life. As a mentor, you can find many different tools to accomplish the same goal. Guide the kids to positive growth, help establish their character, and reach towards achievable goals. Impact of mentoring. I researched a few facts of the impact of mentoring. I wanted to see the total impact on the mentoring in the whole world. So I researched a few facts and a few things that will amaze you. The impact of mentoring is amazing to witness. Research says younger adults who were at risk of falling off track but had a mentor to guide them towards positive growth are 55% more likely to enroll in college. 78% of mentees are more likely to volunteer regularly because they see mentor as a role model. 90% of mentees are more interested in becoming a mentor when they are able, a statistic I fall into and I take strongly. This is an amazing number. 130% are more likely to hold leadership positions. A study was conducted by Thomas says students who regularly meet with their mentors are 52% less likely than their peers to skip a day of school, and 37% is less likely to skip a class. As you can see by the numbers, mentoring impacts many kids' lives in a positive way. These numbers are a product of teaching positive growth. The impact mentoring had on me. Having the opportunity to become a mentor not only helped to build my character, but I met so many incredible young people. with a passion to change the world. When I was younger and had a mentor of my own, I never thought I would be a mentor and eventually have mentees looking up to me. Coaching and becoming a mentor at the Boys and Girls Club has enabled me to learn more about myself, challenge my character, examine my integrity, and become more aware of the different ways I interact with others. My goal as a mentor, stated earlier, is to guide the kids to positive growth, help establish their character, and reach toward achievable goals. I hope that the lesson I have learned being a mentor to others will have the same effect my mentor had on me. Conclusion. In conclusion, mentoring is more than a trusted counselor or guide. Mentoring is a process of steps to take to help mentee accomplish and guide towards a path to positive growth. The impact of mentoring has a tremendous effect on mentee's life. Mentoring should be a little more global. We should start training for mentoring and actually make it a career. I think my mentoring internship has changed my life because mentoring showed me you can actually make a huge impact on a kid's life. It could be the difference between a kid going to college or not going to college.